Welcome back, Pride Nation. Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show with your host, Luke G. What's going on, everybody? It is Monday. For a lot of you, this is if you're like me, you and Mondays just don't get along. You just don't. I'm not a huge fan of Mondays. I know it may sound crazy for a person to actually not like a day, but a brother can't stand Monday. Something about Monday do something to me different. So I'm just going to put it out there. However, I do plan to still give you a show and to give you content that you can, enjoy and feel good about. We got a few topics that we got to discuss today. Obviously, there are a few press conferences today. And if you pay any attention like I did, there was all kind of things said, which really is a good thing for you, the fans. For us as Pride Nation, to have a coaching staff and front office this transparent, it's beautiful and scary at the same time. And so we're going to discuss some of those press conference topics. We're going to talk about Lions getting a new beat writer, which sucks in my opinion. We're going to talk about Brad Holmes' view on Kenny Galladay. We're going to also take a look into Dan Campbell's approach to Big V. We're going to talk about the Dan Campbell standards for the Lions. And we're going to talk about the Lions' idea of building culture. We're going to also talk about the Detroit Lions draft, which obviously is going to be a topic every single time. But before we get into all that, let's see who we got in the building. All right, BD Buster, Dre Burns, D-Tone, Steven Westbrook, what up, though, what up, though? Cap Ice Cold, Sean Parker, Looney Tunes, let me keep going. Midwest Lion, one funky Lion fan, 1991 Max Static, Joey 2 times, Down 19, Michigan going to the Final Four. Boy, y'all just couldn't wait, could y'all? Y'all just couldn't wait. Gary DeRuiter, let's see. We got Go Lions in the building, Mr. Marcus, Tokyo Rockstar, and counting. They're rolling in. Listen, right off the gate, people. We got stuff with some news that I think is bigger than it's getting press about. ESPN's Detroit Lions beat writer has always been Michael Rothstein for at least the last 4 to 8 years, I want to say. He has been on the DSA show. He has been more than willing to converse with every single subscriber, fan, and anyone who's out there who wanted inside views. He has been an open book. He has been about as open as I am to letting people come on the show. Arthur William in the building. What's going on, brother? What up, though? He has been open. And so now, yesterday was his last day writing an article for our Detroit Lions. And I'm bummed by it because he is now going to go and write articles for the freaking Falcons. The Falcons. He's going to the ATL, bro. So I personally just wanted to kind of do a little send-off for him, let him know I appreciate what he did, the willingness to be open, to allow us to come on into the world and kind of almost be in the room with him. He asked questions. I remember one time he asked questions that we asked repeatedly. He asked those questions, and I'm like, yo, if y'all don't know, he asked some of the questions to to Matt Patricia that we were all wondering about, like, why you should keep your job. like these are the kind of things we're going to lose out on, and it just sucks, man. It just sucks so much. So I just wanted to give him a farewell. He's not dying or anything, but I gotta see how he do the Falcons, man. The dude is open as all get out, and he is going to be one that I personally want to miss. Now, let's talk about these press conferences, because you know what came up today? Logical thinking people, red pill thinking people. You know why red pill thinking came up today? Because it don't take a damn rocket scientist, here's looking at you, Matt Patricia, to understand the simplest things. They asked Mr. Brad Holmes today about why didn't he franchise tag and trade Kenny Galladay. And his response to it was very swift and simple. Very swift and simple. It was too damn risky. And it's the same reasons that I pointed out before, that it was too risky. If you franchise tag this guy and then he decides to sign the franchise tag, that's $16 million guaranteed to come off the books. Something he talked about. He said he thought about it. He mulled it over. He talked about it with other people. But in the end, there was another factor that I said was going to take into part of it and why I was okay with letting them walk, especially this year. The receiving class this year is so freaking deep. He made it so clear that, hey, I don't have to spend $16 million on franchise tagging this guy and trying to trade him without really having a trade partner. I'll just simply say, you know what, let him walk, take my comp pick, and guess what? Guess what? I'll do something different by just drafting his replacement. Because I can do that this year. I can literally draft 2 receivers this year, and nobody is going to look at me crazy. He talked about how when you do a franchise tag on a player that most teams most teams would look at and say he's a high value player, then it's easy to make those trades. But when it comes to a receiver in a year where a receiver is real deep in the draft and free agency, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And the reality is he's right. This is red pill thinking, people. Y'all don't even understand how happy, how joyous I was to see those statements. It just made so much sense. Because if you go out and you franchise tag Kenny, and Kenny signs the tag, play 2 games, and say he hurt, you get $16 million. He's still gonna get a $16 million. And not to mention the fact that he didn't really touch on this, but we already know through reports to people like Michael, who's no longer going to be writing for our Alliance, that he was offered an $18, $19 million a year deal, and he turned it down. So not only do I got a guy who really don't want to be here, I got a guy who is trying to not be here, and I'm going to franchise tag him with the idea of trading him. Why? Why? Why would I do this to myself? Why would I do this to myself? People, y'all are witnessing red pill thinking in the flesh. And the best part about it, here's the best part about it, man. I'm going to tell you the best part about it. For that $16 million he saved for not franchise tagging them, you can probably get about 3 to 4 receivers off that same $16 million. Okay? This is the kind of brilliance that we've been waiting to see. Now, granted, we still got to wait for the draft to come around, which we're going to get to that. But when you're talking about a draft that you can pluck a receiver in every round, at least 2 to 3 receivers in every round, why spend it on one? Why? Let's be honest. What is Kenny best known for? Jump balls, right? Jump balls. Ain't nobody ever said Kenny Galladay is ridiculous with route running. Nobody ever said that. I can find a route runner in this draft for part of that $16 million. Nobody has ever said that Kenny's a burner. I could find a burner in this draft to go along with my route runner for that part of that $16 million. Nobody ever said that Kenny is a bully ball receiver. But you know what I can do in this draft? I can find another bully ball receiver to go with my route running deep threat burner receiver, all for $16 million. This is how organizations should operate. This is how it should be. And at the end of the day, I think Kenny Galladay played himself because you're not going to get them passes from Daniel Jones that you got from Stafford. You're not going to get that. I just don't see it. Detroit's on Big Will in the building. What's going on? The T3 Scott. What's going on? Let me see. I'll make sure I ain't missing nobody, man. If you're coming in late, I appreciate you for being here. David Kumar's in the building. All right, let's see. Fred Jackson in the building. We got a lot to cover in this today's show. I'm trying to hit on all of them quick and swift. All right. CJ in the building. What's going on, brother? B. Holmes, Campbell, and Denser are working. Man, listen, it's just getting warmed up because not only does this line up with everything else I've been seeing, it brings me to my next point. Okay. It brings me to my next point and how they said they were going to evaluate the players that they have. Okay. So you know I'm going to go with this, right? You know exactly where I'm going to go with this. After we hear our general manager talk about the risk factors of trying to do a tag and trade, we hear our head coach talk about evaluating Big V as a guard. Now, this right here, I want y'all to take a minute to walk down this avenue of love with me. What's going on, Sheree Pan? I see you. I want y'all to walk down this avenue of love with me. The fact that our head coach is viewing Big V, he's saying, well, what he said was, we're going to give him an opportunity at every spot, but we're really looking closely at him moving over to guard. Huh? Do y'all know what that means? That means that they are evaluating what position that I've been saying we should have took. Offensive tackle. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, they are evaluating that. They are evaluating that. That means that in this draft, they don't have a problem trading down because they're going to still get their offensive tackle either way it go. Why? Because it makes sense. It makes the most sense. If you already got 3 good linemen, you move Big V over, even if Big V is meh at best at guard, you get you a stout right tackle, you have a damn good offensive line. You can run the ball, you can do all type of stuff. You can do everything. There is no limitation to what you can do. Okay? And the best part about this discussion is he already let Big V know. Hey, Big V, man, let me talk to you, buddy. Yeah, listen, we love your game, but, we think you could be better suited for us at the guard position. Oh, no, coach, man, I really like tackle. I know what you like, but I'm going to tell you what you need. See, this is the difference. When you was with them other guys, they just did what you like. We don't do that around here. We do what you need. Now, if you can get with that, cool. But if you can't, let me know now, because I want to make sure you happy. Well, coach, what that mean? Don't worry about it. Just let me know now. These are boss moves you seeing here, people. These are boss moves where you're able to take a player and say, didn't quite like him that much there. Let me move him over. Makes you wonder who else is up on the block for getting their position switched. The Lions are doing what I think they should do and what I think they will do. And that is simply put, they're going to work their ass off to build up an offensive line. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. And the best part about it, look, Jack Frost, man, Jack got the whole thing. Slater, Jabril Cox, Andre Cisco. I take it. It happened in that order. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. But I'm telling you, the fact that they've already disclosed that they told that man he might as well get ready to start practicing for guard. We're adding a tackle. The question is, are we adding one in the first round? I think if Slater or Sewell, if those two are there, we're taking one. Okay. It's ridiculous. Here are the best parts about this, though. This is all part of the philosophy, because this brings me to another point that I got to get to. I'm hitting on a lot of points quick because they all come together. It's like I literally took a little bit of cheese and a little bit of butter, a little bit of milk. If y'all ain't picked up what I'm making on yet, y'all gonna catch it in a minute. Take a few little elbow macaroni, put that in there. You know how you put all those ingredients into something and you get that beautiful grease sitting on top of it, macaroni and cheese that's been baked in the oven? Yeah, that's what he's doing here. Because not only did he talk about that, he talks about a standard previously to this press conference. And in that standard, he talks about the word turd. Now, we have had kneecap biting, and now we talking about turds. So we finna see some stuff. All right? We finna see some stuff. Let's see what he got to say about turds. because I think there's a certain level to this thing. When talking to Mr. Dan Campbell and him and his views on turds, he says, I am not looking for players who are splash players. I'm not looking for players who are, one play that you look like, man, you see that one play, and then you don't see it again until 2 games down the road. I'm looking for consistent players who are constantly fighting. Boy, I'm tell y'all something. Y'all think I'm an a-hole when I start pointing out those little details that, with this team in terms of them not being able to do certain things. And I'm like, yo, I'm just under the belief that if we are going to get players, I shouldn't see certain things. I just shouldn't see him. And when he said he don't want turds here, he's very clear about it. He's very clear about it. But the thing that he did in doing this and breaking down this turd definition, he kind of basically told you how they're going to draft. If you just pay attention, this comes from 97.1 The Ticket, their article. It was listed on a host of other ones, but I like the way they wrote it. So I give them their props on this one. So first thing first, I told y'all they were going to take grunt players. Heading into free agency, Dan Campbell said the Lions were looking for gritty, salty players familiar with the new regime. Told y'all. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen before it happened because I'm paying attention. He says, I thought it was important, particularly in free agent. To get these guys who are gritty and salty. He says, one of the things I told our staff was, man, let's find these guys that are A, we know can play. That's okay. That's standard number 1. Okay. B, that we've had relationships with and we know. Okay. He says, since the start of the offseason, the Lions have added 6 players who play under a new coach and a new executive in Detroit. Now watch this, y'all. This is where let me just show you. This is where it gets very intriguing, people. It says that's important, man, because those guys feel like we got a coach who stands on the table for us and they know exactly who we are, Campbell said. I think that's comfort for a player to be able to come in and know that we want you because you know what you are about. Okay, let's keep going. It says, look, we're no different than anybody else. Even if you're a great player, we don't want turds. I'm going to repeat that again. Even if you are a great player, we don't want turds here. See, it's not just about the name. You got to produce with this coaching staff. All the days of you bullshitting around, stealing money are over. We're not doing that. We can't do that no more. This right here getting serious. Okay? He's letting it be known. If you come here right. You come here ready to play. You come here ready to give it your all. Okay? If you're not coming here with that, we got a problem. Okay? Shout out to my man SpeakEZ Sports. What up, though? You got to come here correct. If you're not here to succeed and to do it day in and day out, play after play, something that you heard people like J.J. Watts talk about. He's sick of guys coming in here just collecting a check. Don't want to work their butt off. That's why he's not over there no more. Smitty said, we've been swimming in turds in the organization standpoint for 60 years. We just point out the facts. He ain't looking for this other stuff. Now, at the end of the day, I seen, Speak say that based on that press conference, we taking Jamar Chase. We don't know if Jamar Chase is going to be there. We don't. I told you I believe their first priority is to trade out. The only person that they was intrigued about getting, if it was a quarterback, was Zach Wilson. I don't think he falls. Okay? I don't think that happens. Okay? D-Map Zone said, you must have knew I was bored at work. I'm here for it. Right? So stay with me. He goes on to continue to talk about these turds. Because, I know people going to say, we really talking about turds? Yeah. He says, we don't want lazy guys. We don't want guys that are up and down. And we don't want flash players. If you're a flash player, we're like, oh, my God, did you see that play? And the next play, he's in the tank. We don't know where he's at. We don't know what he's going to do. I got nothing for those guys. Hold on. Let me go back. He say to you, we don't want lazy guys. I think I'm probably the most picky person when it comes to that. You ain't running hard every play. You taking plays off. I'm calling it out. I'm irritated with that. I can't have that. That's not winning football. It's the reason why Chase Young, for me, was getting slated down and why he got his butt chewed out for being lazy. Every down, go hard or go home. If you're a flash guy where it's like, my God, did you see that play? And the next play is in the tank. We don't know where he's at. We don't know what he's going to do. I got nothing for those guys. It's the ones that are consistent. You see it all the time. The consistent ones are the ones we gonna see all the time. You got guys who keep constantly messing up the plays, can't run the routes right. Your ass won't be here. It's just the reality of it. It goes on to talk about how they take the similar approach to the draft, where Campbell said he and Holmes care more about scouting football players than worrying about the numbers that come out of workouts. But let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all went crazy when y'all heard that y'all favorite linebacker ran a 4.39. Some of y'all like that. Some of y'all went nuts. My damn chats blew up. Every single one. Twitter, Instagram, Discord. He ran a 4.39. But you know what Dan Campbell and this coaching staff said? So what? He could have ran a freaking 5 flat for all they care. Can he play? What can he do? All right? Here go the best parts about what he's pointing out to y'all, because if y'all pay attention, he's giving you the formula. So for Campbell, no combine is just fine. He says, I'm actually comfortable with it. I know Brad's comfortable with it. I'm pretty fun, man. Just grading the football player. And then the numbers, how much do they skew you? See, this is the thing. Even they know that they making these numbers up, but that's another story. It says, and they shouldn't really. Now, here's the difference. You see a cornerback you love, and then he runs a 4.9. Well, that's a problem. And yet, man, there's something to be said for the scouting of football players before you even get to the numbers. So I'm enjoying it, Campbell said. See, he just pointing out little small stuff. He don't care about this stupid stuff. Oh, he ran a fast 40. You got to take him high. It's not how this works. It's not what he's looking for. He's looking for players who have a passion, who feel like little kids on the playground again when they out there. And our team has not really had that in a long time. We haven't had that. You look at these trades that recently happened, and I'm going to be honest with you, they set the Lions up perfectly because it's going to create a bidding war. Denver, New England, Carolina, dare I say Washington, it's going to create a bidding war for these quarterbacks. Soon as them quarterbacks start flying off the board, watch how many phone calls we get. We're going to be sitting up there doing our regular draft show and sitting up there waiting, literally waiting for them to do our pick, and they're going to be like, the Lions have traded the 7th pick. And I'm just going to be like, well, hey, it is what it is. It's amazing to me how we as a fan base don't see the small things that they say to us every day. Now, don't get me wrong. They could be full of crap. They really could. But at the end of the day, I'm taking their word for it. Dan Campbell goes on to say, I feel like I'm ready for this. He says, I don't feel like there's anything that we've hit to this point, been over in my head or too much. I don't feel like I'm swimming, but I also have a great group around me. Brad has been outstanding. Sheila Ford is kick-ass. I'm telling you, she's top-notch. We got lucky now. We're fortunate because she's on top of it. You know, remember I had this whole thing where I went ham talking about some old Sheila and she gonna be different, and I was told that she a Ford, and it's not true. Don't worry about it. Sheila wants to know what we need help with, what resources. She doesn't dictate what she needs done. She asks. She doesn't tell us anything. She just wants to be here to help and be involved and listen so she can learn and be great. We never had that kind of ownership. And this right here is the best part of it. That leads me to my next point, because we never had that kind of ownership. All that to get to this main point of culture. The kind of players we add, the approach we go about to get to this point of culture. Okay? This is the reality that we are at. Dan Campbell's standards make it clear on what kind of culture he's building here. What's even more impressive is he believes that he can build that culture not only in the year one, but in year one with players on 1-year deals. I'm going to say it again. He believed that not only can he change that culture in year one, but in year one with players on 1-year deals. Y'all don't understand the importance of this. We were sitting up there so busy talking about it take 3 years. Well, I was saying that because I know it don't take no damn 3 years to change a culture. But we sat up there for talking about how 3 years. 3 years is what it takes. Got to give a head coach 3 years. We're going to see how many years y'all give Dan Campbell. Y'all was quick to give Matt Patricia 3 years. Even after 2 years of him telling you 9-22-1 wasn't good enough. Here's looking at you, SpeakEZ. Still love you, bro. It ain't just you neither. There's a lot of people that felt that way. The reality is it don't take that long. But you know why he had this view? Because from the top to the bottom, he understood how this thing worked. So this goes back to my point earlier about him getting those grunt players, those gritty, salty guys, right? Those guys that we don't really want to talk about. Okay? You know why he believes this? He says, I think the ultimate vision would be, even at the very least, you bring in these guys and let's just say they are all 1 year. Hypothetically, Campbell said, even there, you get the production out of them, but you get this kind of workman mentality, the chip on their shoulder. This is how you win. This is how you build things. And they've installed that. And some of these young players that they are already here on this roster, and the guys that you are drafting, I think that is a minimum, at a minimum, what needs to be in them. It is what you are looking for out of these guys, because some of these guys you're around, and I just know this as a rookie player, even if they are only 3 for a year, but they did things the right way, they helped you. Those are lessons you never lose or you never forget. And you also have those relationships for the rest of your time, probably for the rest of your life. I think even with that, it just helps set the tone for where you're trying to go. I tried to tell y'all, people was like, oh, I think I had this question a couple days ago, right? And they said, how can you call this not a rebuild? You doing it with 1 year play. That's a rebuild to me. Okay. That's a rebuild. Why? Could it have just been the fact that he wanted to get players who had something to prove? Think about what happens when you bring in Perryman. Hey, your dad was awesome here. You got a chance to be like your father. Everybody else wrote you off. We still believe in you. In fact, tell your dad to come on by. We miss him. You know how hard he gonna play for that? Tyrell Williams. Yeah, you came off an injury. I know they already wrote you off. Yep. But here, you got opportunity to show me. And you show me, and you will be rewarded. You know how hard he gonna play for that? Did you not hear Jamal Williams when he sat there and talked about it? Why he came here? But it takes 3 years to build a culture. That's what our fan base say. Same old Lions. Because we ain't go out and get no big name players. Is what our fan base say. Pride Nation, sometimes I wonder, are we drinking Kool-Aid or smoking blunts? Either way it go, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay? Just trying to see it. Think about how much he's going to get these people to play hard. Alex Alonso, or whatever you pronounce his name, him. Hey, Hey, they didn't want to really give you a significant role, but we're going to give you some raps because you know what? We like what you bring to the table and you're good at that. Yeah, I know you ain't going to be like the best, like complete run stopping linebacker, but guess what? You can kind of bump a tight end here and there. That's all we asking of you. This is the best stuff that I've seen in a long time. Oh, I'm sorry, Kedrick, I'm messing it up. Don't smoke no blunts. Joints are where is that? My bad. My bad. I'm just saying. He's pointing out to you why this can happen in 1 year. Right? He goes on to say, he says, I think even with that, it just helps set the tone for where you're trying to go and way things are supposed to be done. Not only that, they appreciate the way that they've been treated. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. The one thing, if y'all ain't paid attention, Dan Campbell's probably the most shadiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my entire life. This motherfucker I'm telling you, he takes his shots at the past coaching staff. Every now and then, he sneak it in there to let the fans know, I ain't going to be nothing like that other idiot. I appreciate my players. I'm not asking them get off people jock and all this stuff. Why you got to include that in there, Dan? They love the way they be treated. Okay, Dan. I see you out here, you shady motherfucker, putting got them sunglasses on. He says, because they know they were never lied to. They were told exactly what they were thought. Well, they were told exactly what they thought of, what we thought of them, and where they go. That's all you can ask for. You may not always like to hear the truth, one way or another, but you can always respect the truth. And you know why that's important? Because when you go down a long list of people, guess what you see? Those conversations with Big V. You see how this all tying in? Those conversations with Big V. Hey, yeah. You was, I know you think you felt good about tackle, but you might be better as a guard. You see how this all tying in? It don't make no sense. Each part of this is an open letter. If you're just willing to read between the lines. Y'all ask for football guys, you get football guys. Most of y'all wanted Stafford gone, he gone. Y'all want the ball ran more, they're gonna run the ball more. Just saying. The reality has never changed for the Lions. Not for this coaching staff. He's not trying to lose this year. He's building foundational work with people who have something to prove. And if they can't prove it, they're gone. It doesn't cost them anything. And how do I know that? Because here's the very next line. I want y'all to stay with me. The work we're doing right now is good. It's a good way to approach free agency. It's an approach that allows for us to do patchwork. Now, let me tell you something. When you rebuild something, do you patch something up? I'm gonna leave that alone. It gives us an opportunity to do patchwork and to build something up in free agency. And if these things don't work out, then fine. We can make a bigger splash with more money and more cap next year. Them damn red pills is flowing. I just don't think y'all understand. Y'all don't understand yet. Y'all ain't jumped into it like I have. Trying to dig through each part of what they saying. Y'all ain't got into it like I have. Y'all ain't got that energy. When that man is telling you that every move that I make isn't just made for right now, it's made for next year, the year after, y'all ain't keeping up with it. You wondering why he went and signed 3 terrible receivers, one with an injury, another one that really just, and the other one that you really ain't heard nothing about because they got height and speed. And they got something to prove, and they got chips on their shoulders. That's why. Because they have a reason to be here. He's already tapped into their most sensible part of them, the kid. You ever see a person out there playing and having a whole lot of fun? Y'all remember when Cam Newton used to have fun? He used to look so great. And then when they started getting real serious, he looked very upset. Y'all remember when Michael Vick used to be out there having fun? Go back and look at y'all favorite players when they were smiling and having fun, how they perform. And then look at what we got for 3 seasons. Players out of position. Says, why you say that, Luke? A lot of us care about this team and what they are all about. I believe that. I do. But some of us only care about it as long as it's on Madden. Some of us care about it as long as we got a narrative that we can go by, where we don't have to hold ourselves to having a real expectation. See, I got expectations, and when they meet them, I don't get mad. That's why I wasn't mad at this past season. They did what I thought they was going to do. That was the expectations. But see, I got a higher expectation this season. So if they don't meet it, I'm going to be pissed. But we got fans who are too afraid to even take an expectation. It's too scary. I've been wrong too many times. And the more I look at it, this all tie in together. Because what he's doing, Dan Campbell, Dorsey, Brad Holmes, they're building a team that can succeed now and sustain later. How many years have we went out and got the big name free agent? Here's looking at you, Trey Flowers. You know, we go get the big name free agent and we don't do nothing with him. How many years we did that? I'm just talking about the facts. Everything lining up. The way he wants to draft, the way he wants his team to be built, the culture change, and it's not taking 3 seasons. It's not taking 3 seasons. It's happening right now before our eyes, and we're not even getting hype about it. We're not even getting hype about it. Why? Because we've been here, done that. This team is doing it different. The way you asked for it. Khalil Hodge is a pretty good linebacker. He is. And like so many other good players in this world, they don't always get the opportunity. It just don't happen. There was somebody out there better than Jordan, never got an opportunity. Somebody out there better than Barry, never got the opportunity. Somebody out there better than Tom Brady, never got the opportunity. Just the reality of it. It's some of us in this chat right now who are better at a lot of things that don't get the opportunity. I know a guy right now that can build you a car from a paper clip and chewing bubble gum. But he made one decision that was bad. One decision. And it didn't go that way. Joey 2 times like Khalil Hodge, he's the linebacker that I was really in love with. Still love his game. Still think he's a phenomenal player. That did not get drafted. Even though he led the NCAA all those years in tackling and stuff like that. He didn't get drafted. The biggest mistake he made was coming out in a draft that was full of a bunch of juniors. You want to look him up? I made a video about him. I don't shy away from my stuff. You feel me? I don't shy away from it. I'm about giving you the objective view on what is being said. I'm just telling you. If Lance go 3, I'm gonna tell you like now. If Lance go 3, Fields go 4. Ooh, Lions gonna have some options, and some teams that's gonna want those options. But then after that, you're talking about Mac Jones, you're talking about Trask. I think people like them a lot. But to get back to the point of building a team and doing it the right way, Not going out trying to find every big name player right then and there. No, earn your contract. This is one of the reasons why the NBA is not as popular as the NFL. Them dudes over there get every penny. And now they can take days and have load days. What the hell's a load day? Y'all remember back in the day when basketball games, you always saw your favorite players on the court? You ever heard of Isaiah Thomas taking a load day? What the hell is that? Jordan, I'm taking a load day. Go Lion says a paperclip and bubblegum car. I'll pass. I understand what you mean, opportunity. It is. That dude, man, that dude talented, bro. He talented. He read books and know how to fix everything. I ain't been to an auto shop in a long time. I go to him. It's going to get fixed like it's like in the auto shop at a better price. Just saying. Load. I'm trying to take care of my load. Okay. Let's talk about this other parts of this. Because all of this is going to come together. My goal is to always show y'all how this all connect. So we already know that they believe that they can build a culture. But my question is to you, the fans, are they right? Are they right that they can build a culture with 1-year contract players? Yes, they damn right they can do it. I've seen it done before. I've seen it done before. Where I've seen people take trash players and get the most out of them. New England. Oh, well, Luke, name somebody not named New England. Where you want me to start? There's been quite a few teams who've done it. Seattle has done it. Arizona has done it. People have had success with no-name people. Yes, you can build a team and change the culture in 1 year. Yes, you can build culture and get standards set with players on 1-year contracts. This is the reality of it. Which brings me to my next point, the draft. Because we're going to talk about, based on what these latest trades mean, I like this statement right here. Let me get down here real quick. Jack Frost says, Luke, Dan Campbell just told Big V, this the last year you will be making offensive tackle money. So, Jack, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. It puts him in a position to understand that, yeah, you got a pay cut coming soon next year. I couldn't do it this year, but damn it, next year, you better show me that you're worth those pennies. And even if you are, yeah, we need you to take that pay cut. Y'all remember back in the days when you would go to work and you had them shitty-ass supervisors who would say, I need you to clock out? That's what they finna do to do the Big V. Perform or give me some of my money back. SpeakEZ said, we ain't winning this year. You can join Speak. You know me. You said we're not winning this year? Okay. Why? They did everything you asked for. Keep Patricia for a 3rd year. That worked out great. Got rid of Stafford. You hate Goff. They did everything you asked for. Except for draft the quarterback that you think they should take and let sit for 1 season so you can get rid of Goff afterwards. Oh, wait. They restructured his contract to let him know that he's the quarterback. You can join. I'm having fun today. This is all type of new era, all type of new energy. If you can't get excited, it don't make a difference. Who cares if you get excited every offseason and get let down? It don't matter. That's like sitting there saying because every time you dated a girl and she let you down, you can't get excited with the new one. That's dumb. Enjoy every new moment. It's still new. But in my heart of hearts, I believe based on this, the fact that our head coach ain't afraid to talk about the old head coach indirectly with I'm going to treat them right. And other little things he done made. They're not playing. They're trying to win. And if you don't think they're going to win this year, then okay. Maybe they should have did what you said and waited the 3rd year or the 4th year. We'd have had it. A rocket scientist, they called him. A defensive genius, they say. Pride Nation, I'm trying to get y'all to think outside the box. I'm trying to get y'all to open y'all eyes up to some different views. So let's talk about this draft. The possibilities are open completely. And if you go through and you look at this draft, okay, you got to ask yourself, what do you think is going to happen? Now, I see some people say they don't think the Falcons are going to take a quarterback. You could be right. You could be right. They could not be taking a quarterback. I personally think that it's definitely on the table. But I think if they don't take the quarterback, right? And let's say I go with your view, and they don't take the quarterback. Now the question becomes, if they don't that mean that that's good news for your Detroit Lions? So if Trevor Lawrence goes 1, let's say, because I don't think the Jets necessarily take a quarterback. I think the Jets may not take their quarterback, but they could. Who knows? Robert Saleh might want to do something different. So let's say the Jets take a quarterback, 49ers take a quarterback, Falcons don't take a quarterback. That means that literally 3 of the top 6 quarterbacks are still on the board. And you know the Bengals ain't taking no quarterback. Dolphins is taking a receiver. The question is, which one? Could be Jamar Chase. Could be Devontae Smith. And here you are at 7. With 3 of the quarterbacks that somebody want, whether it's Justin Fields, Mac, Lance, whoever it is, you're still going to have 3 of them. And Carolina, Denver. Shoot, who else? New England. Las Vegas. I'm going down the line. Chicago. All these teams is looking. Teams like New Orleans is looking. Waiting for it to get close enough to get in distance to strike. You got options. You can literally trade out of that pick and can go down as low as freaking 15. And a quarterback still lands in your lap. And a team like the Saints will come up, giving you more capital. Everything goes in your favor. But I want to focus more so on rounds 2 and 3, position-wise. Because I'm almost sure, I'm pretty sure how they're going to go with this. I'm almost sure of this. I think in the second round, they're taking a linebacker. And I'm going to tell you what my proof and my evidence come from. So over the last few press conferences that the Lions have had from each member of their group, they've talked about the depth at certain positions, receiver, safety, Jesus help me, receiver, safety, and linebacker. They've talked about the depth at those positions. And the Lions need a safety. The Lions need a linebacker. I'm under the belief that the Lions sit there and look at this draft and say, hey, half the linebackers we want to do what we want to do and need are going to be there. And why? Because they know that most of the safeties that they want and need are going to be there in the 3rd round. Well, look, what about the receiver? They could take one in the 1st, but I'm pretty sure they understand that they can also grab a good one in rounds like 4. Not to mention they got 2/3. So my belief is they go linebacker first. In the 3rd round, I believe that they would go safety, and I think they would go wide receiver. This is just my view. I could be wrong. Y'all can call me crazy, but I think that's how they go. Right? I think that's how it goes. Now, James Willis is right. There is a lot of unknowns. There's 100% a lot of unknowns. The one thing I know is they're looking for very specific players. I know that. And I know that based on the constant descriptions they give. And so I was able to kind of go through and pinpoint just a few of those players who fit it. If you look at players who give you flash, and I hate to say this, Nick Bolton is one of them guys that give you flash plays here and there. It's not consistent enough. They're going to be looking at people like him. Right? They're going to be looking at that. Look at those guys who are not consistent on the field. When you watch film, you know, you looking at, it's 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. Oh, he only showed up on 1st downs? Okay. That's not going to be the guy to make this team. Midwest Lions says, Brad Holmes said very clearly, we are more than comfortable taking someone at 7. They have a few guys in mind. I think I'm telling you, With the idea of Big V moving over, I think that, just call me crazy, they're looking at tackle real hard. But they're trying to sell a bill of goods to everybody else because they know that everybody else is not taking the tackle. They're not doing it. So, it's really self-explanatory. I think the Dallas Cowboys take a cornerback, so they're not worried about them doing it. Tokyo says 3 rounds. So he got Holland. Let me see, Holland. That's number 8 from Oregon. Kellen Ma. Is that Mississippi State? Okay. Character issues won't fly. Sheila might have some issues with the talk about Parsons. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, it's the type of character issues that's going to be concerning for her. You know what I'm saying? Kedrick says Bolton is going in the first. It won't be to the Lions. I mean, if he made it to the second, I think they would pass on him because he's not as consistent as he could be. I got a feeling Matt Nelson is going to be a good tackle one day. He's been a project Hank Farley has been working on for 3 years. That's a good point. But I think they're looking at the depth and looking at different schemes that they're going to be running with the running back because they're going to be running some stuff with the quarterback too. We're going to see some RPOs. I see it coming already. Carl Campbell says, what up, Luke? I'm in the building. Hey, let's go. Tavai getting second chance in camp. Oh, yeah. Everybody finna get a second chance. It said, what gives y'all so much faith in Dan and Brad? We're currently 0-0 right now. That's why. That's why I got so much faith. It's 0-0. I sat through 3 years of Matt Patricia. How in the hell could I not sit through Foul Faith to that? I sat through even a longer time with Matt Millen. And now I'm already going to write this dude off while he still got a record of 0-0. I remember you was one of the people that said 3 years, I think, too. I don't know. I might be wrong, Benjamin, but I could have swore you wanted the 3rd year for Patricia. Well, I would be happy if we take a tackle and then get wide receiver, linebacker, and safety later. I think that's the role you're going to see it happen. Could be wrong. Mod is 11 at Texas A&M. Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. The QB school just did something on him. So check that out. Shout out to the QB school. Dallas will take the flashiest guy available. It's a cornerback. Look, they already fixed their safety problems. They brought back Jordan Lewis, and then who's the other cornerback? Who? I think they take a cornerback. They're not adding no running back. They're not gonna have a shot at no tight end unless they trade up, and the chances is Kyle Pitts will be gone long before that happens. So who are they gonna take? A receiver again? Did they just take CD Lamb or somebody like that? They're going cornerback on this one. They added their D-line last year, so I don't see it. Antonio Jenkins. So you think we're really taking O-line with our first pick? I do. The only thing that changes that if Zach Wilson falls. I do. Because when you look at it, why else would they be telling Big V he gonna be going to guard? You think they finna leave the right tackle position open? They have a chance to complete a offensive line. They already got 3 players. I do. I think they're strongly looking at it. Because they're gonna have an option there. Let me see. 3rd round, K.D. Johnson, Benjamin St. Juice, 4th round, Jamar Johnson. Without me knowing school and numbers, or if I ain't seen their name 100 times, I have no clue who these people are. Now, if you tell me their school name and numbers, I'll be able to tell you if I remember them or not. Yeah, I see Matt Nelson as a project, but Farley got him to shut Mac down against Chicago. Imagine what happens when you put Slater there. Oh, yes. Let's see. Jabril Cox or Jamie Davis in the 2nd round. I think Jamie Davis might fall further than the 2nd. Jabril, he could fall too. So I wouldn't be surprised. I got to go back and look at the draft order in the 2nd round. I don't think the drafting quarterback now would be good for Goff. There's no reason for them to draft a quarterback. They never was going to do it. If they would have kept Stafford like I wanted, we would have got a quarterback. In fact, we would have traded up to get him. But Stafford did net us 2 firsts and a third. So, hey, you get 3, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 players for one guy. You take it. My faith comes from Dorsey. Hey, that's all you need. I think we got it right this time. I agree. Let me see. Any questions y'all got? Throw them in there. Any questions y'all got? Throw them in there. Jock the Joker. Let's see. Dallas needs Sertano fairly. I think they take a corner. I just observation. Says Lil G, nope, not me. I was on that. Why did we fire Campbell train though? Okay, I knew it sounded like that. There's a lot of people that wanted him for that 3rd year, so my apologies. Round 1, Slater. Round 2, choice of linebacker, DB. Round 3, double up on your wide receiver. Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Two receivers in the 3rd round. Damn. It's a lot of good players that came out in the 3rd round at receiver. Let me see. Who else out there? Any other questions y'all got in there? I'm looking for questions. Any questions you got in there, we can talk about it. I did say Maddie P 3 years was wrong. Sheila hand on her face moment was my breaking point. oh, you talking about the infamous photo where the infamous photo where somebody just happened to look up and saw Sheila with this look. You talk about that one. You talk about that one where Sheila was trying to figure out, like, what the hell is going on here? This is embarrassing. Getting beat like this by the Panthers. Then, oh my God. Then she turned all her faith to this man. I love that. Attitude reflects leadership. And you see it. You see it. It's why these people are coming here. It's why we can add people like this. It's why we can add people like this. It's why our front office got this popping. It's why this is starting to get more respectability. Because it starts at the top. It starts at the top. And they got to be better. He said, I knew he was trash. I just love the Lions. I can't keep from having faith. Funny how so many fans complained about how Stafford never had to worry about his job. And now people don't want a guy to push Goff. I love this fan base. Push Goff? What? One funky Lion fan. Help me help make it sense. Who said they don't want that? Who said they don't want that? If you go out and you draft a quarterback, who are you going to get right now? If the first 3 teams take a quarterback in one slide, are you taking a quarterback just to be taking them? If that's the case, is he really pushing Goff? And we know Goff's going to be here between 2 to 3 seasons. Why can't I get the guy to push Goff next year? Why I got to be this year? Is it because we picking so high? That has nothing to do with anything. That has nothing to do with anything. We don't need a quarterback. We just don't. And to sit there and think that we need a quarterback to push the guy we got now, the Lions don't believe that they need a guy to push him right now. He's going to get his shot like everybody else on a 1-year deal. You're going to get your shot to prove it. And then what they're going to do is turn around next year and add a quarterback. Or in year 3, they'll add a quarterback. But the Lions don't need a quarterback right now. All these damn hoes we got, and we worried about a quarterback. Help me make it make sense. Walter Adams says the offensive line will be complete if we take a tackle in the draft. We need a good run game. Something I've been preaching for a while. I'm in 25 Minnesota cornerback. Oh, I do know who that is. Thank you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. How many times do you see is trading down in the first round? Before this trade that happened with the 49ers and Dolphins, I had us trading down twice. Now I had us also coming up with 2 first-round picks. I think we still end up with 2 first-round picks because I think what happens is we get our pick, we trade down, get our pick, and then we trade back in the first. So I'm going to say 2 trades, 2 to 3 trades in the first for the Lions. Carolina slapped on. Okay. Damn, I hope it's some great quarterbacks coming in the near future because I got a feeling I'm going to be disappointed all season. I'm not mad at Slater at 7, though. Well, you got to give it a little bit of time, Greg. Give him an opportunity. Okay, let's give him a little room. Do you see the Lions having a balanced offense, or are we going to be run-first team? Balanced with a little bit of run first. I think they're going to always come out running first and then let that dictate where they're going to go from there. So if the run game is popping, then we're going to keep running it. So that's how I'm saying. Jamar Johnson, safety out of Indiana. That 22? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I got a few messages about him. He seemed like the kind of guy that should have way more turnovers, but don't. It's like I feel like he should have like 100 interceptions. He beat by the ball. It just I don't know. Well, I guess that's why he a DB. Luke, do you still think we sneak up on teams this year and win more than 67 games? Yes. Yep. The sneaky part ain't gonna happen. The sneaky part ain't gonna happen until after about I'm gonna say week 5. That's when people gonna start paying attention. Let me see. Patricia was fired a few days after ESPN and Fox Media accused the Lions of being racist for firing Caldwell, but not Patricia. They just wanted bad press. I don't know. Do you think Logan Steinberg makes the team? That's a hard one, BD. I'm gonna say he has about a 60-40 chance, 60% chance of making the team because he can play center and guard. So it's going to be up to him to prove that. Now, if he gets hurt, he done. He can't afford an injury, not with this new coaching staff. So we know Slayton is our board. Who are we taking in the second? Oh, I got linebacker. And there's a few names that I thought about, but I think the 2 linebackers that popped up in my head was Tyler Elford from Illinois and the guy from Ohio State. What is his name? Number 4. I'm trying to blank on his name. The Ohio State guy. Browning. I think that might be number 4. I'm trying to remember these people's numbers. What do you think about Christian Barmore? I like him. And had this been any other year, like last year, I'd have been like, take him. But this year, unless you're telling me he's sliding hard, you can't take him. Too high to take him that high. Just don't make no sense. You already brought in Michael Brockers. You already got Pennicini, whatever his name is. And then you added, you still got Nick Williams take a pay cut. And so they're going to probably add one more D tackle. And I don't see it. I want competition at the quarterback spot. There will be. It will be. It don't have to be this year. It could be next. Why we got to get everything this year? This is why half the world is broke. They don't got no patience. No patience. Just be patient. How do you like golf, and do you think the speedy receivers will Haley him? Who do you like at 7 or trade back? How do I feel about golf? I'm okay. I think this is my honest to God truth. I'm okay with golf because I know what golf means to the Lions. Golf means that we're running the ball. Because where is golf best at? Play action. And how can you be good at play action if you don't run the ball? I remember all the years where the Lions were called play action under certain offensive coordinators. And I'm like, we don't run the ball enough for anybody to bite on our play action. I would get on here and do videos and point out religiously every single time we called a play action pass and no one bit. But if you run that ball, that's a big move. Now, how do I think the speedy receivers will help him? Because it's going to allow for you to either one, play everything underneath, and he got enough arm strength to get the ball down the field. So you'll get the top taken off on you. Now, if you don't get back a little bit, you get beat that way. If you do get back a little bit, we beat you underneath and run, draw plays, and screens. Either way it go, it opens up the field for the quarterback. Who do I like at 7? Slater, Sewell, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts. Once we get past them 4, I really don't care. You trade out. The number one priority I think they're going to want to do is trade out, and they should. We are not getting a quarterback 7 now. That's a dream with squash. I don't know why they keep talking about it. Next year's quarterback don't look as good as this year. So, either you trust the process of what they're doing and their ability to draft, or you don't. And if you don't, then I understand why you want to get it now. But then if you don't trust their ability to draft, you certainly don't want them taking the most important position, 7th overall, do you? Stafford never had a quarterback to push him. None of our best players had anybody to push them. Who in the hell pushed Barry? Who pushed Calvin Johnson? Y'all kill me with this stuff. Where was the competition for our other superstars? Who pushed them? Johnny Morton had to step up. There was Herman Moore there. Herman Moore had to step up because Johnny Morton was there. Who in the hell was who was vying for Barry's spot? Who's the guy pushing Sue? I'm just saying, what are we talking about? Most teams who have Sue, who was pushing J.J. Watts? Who's the guy behind J.J. Watts that can take his spot? He came in and took somebody else's spot. Who's the guy behind Russell Wilson pushing to take his spot? Who's the guy behind Aaron Rodgers pushing to take his spot? Y'all come up with these narratives in y'all head just because they're the Lions. But the moment I start pointing out these other teams, I get no answers. Who pushing them? This ain't just a Lion issue. Every team does this. If you feel like you got a guy that's the guy, he's the guy. Who in the hell pushed Drew Brees? Who's pushing Tom Brady? I mean, don't just stop at Stafford. Don't stop at Jared Goff. Who's pushing them other people? Don't make sense. Oh, he said I'm naming Hall of Famers. Like someone going to take their job. Okay. Who in the hell pushing Dak Prescott? You want to tell me a Hall of Famer? Who's the guy pushing him? You want to tell me Josh Allen's a Hall of Famer? Who pushing him? Who's the guy pushing the now sophomore quarterback over there and on the Chargers? Since I'm naming Hall of Famers, I'll name some more people for you. I need some more people for you. You mean go to the running back position? Who's pushing these people? This don't make no sense. You talking about Hall of Famers, right? We just gonna talk about the Hall of Famers. Lamar Jackson, Hall of Famer? I don't think so. Who pushing him? Who pushing Saquon Barkley? He gonna be a Hall of Famer? Who pushing Derrick Henry? You really think Jamal Williams is pushing DeAndre Swift? Really? I'm just asking. This is right. This is what happened. This is what happened. Teams do this all the time. They do this all the time. They get certain players. There's nobody behind them there to push them. I have yet to hear one person be like, "Oh, that damn Jordan Love pushing Aaron Rodgers." I have yet to hear that. Seriously. Go down the list. Ty Gurley, you gonna tell me he a Hall of Famer? Who pushing him? Who's your favorite running back? Tell me. I'm just saying. I ain't got to name Hall of Famers. This is the reality. Dolo Dynamite said, "You absolutely wrong, Luke." Okay. Agree to disagree. People out their damn minds. I don't get it, Steve-O. I don't get it. Breeze also had a chip. So there's so many quarterbacks in this league that are really good. Nobody's pushing them. There's not nobody behind them that can take their spot. Nobody. And I wish I could make it up, but it's not. Who the hell is behind Daniel Jones taking his spot? They supposed to go out and get somebody to take his spot? The reason they don't do that with certain positions, and most of the times, is because they want to give that person a vote of confidence. And a lot of the times, it's because there is nobody that's going to do that. If they have somebody that can replace the guy that they got, they just replace them. Tokyo said nobody. Chargers got Chase Daniels. Oh, damn, I forgot about that. I forgot about that, bro. It's always somebody pushing you for your job. Okay. Tell me who. Name a team. Who pushing Tom Brady? Really? Who's really pushing Tom Brady? Who? Tell me. It's always somebody. Who was pushing Barry? Who? All them years Patrick Peterson was there, nobody pushed him. They pushed him out when his contract expired and he got old. Who the hell is pushing Jalen Ramsey? They're not worried about their jobs, bro. I'm just saying. Bledsoe was good in New England when Brady took over. Yeah, he was good. Got hurt. Brady came in, took over, and the coach stayed with the right person. Nobody pushes Russ, Dak, Lamar, Josh. Nobody. I'm just saying. It says. I'm just saying. I'm just saying this. Some players put in the correct scheme and with better coaching can thrive. Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy. I got so many other examples, but God, that one stands out like a sore thumb. We're not going to talk about how Stafford was sacked 38 times and only fumbled 2 times, and Goff was sacked 23 times and fumbled 7 times. This is from Hungry Panda Studios. Okay. One guy is used to being hit. I look at what happened with Stafford and Goff a little different. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. I learned this through boxing. So when I used to box when I was a little young lad, as they say, we used to get body shots to our stomachs and our chest and stuff. And the reason for that was so you can build up the muscle and you kind of get used to it. You really did. Like you strengthen that part of it and you get used to those body blows. Stafford been getting hit so damn much, he was used to it. So of course he's like, oh, when I get hit, I get blasted. Okay. Here's a quarterback who wasn't used to getting hit like that. And now you hitting his ass. Yeah, that ball gonna come out. Oh, it's gonna come out. Believe it. It's a little bit different. But I do get your point. The fumbles don't matter because we're gonna be running the ball more. Whatever he did in the Rams ain't got nothing to do with the Lions. Now, if that come into play, then we'll talk about it then. Frederick Jackson says, let's focus on the now. Let's not keep talking about the past. That's my point. Nobody never pushed him, they say. There's so many negative Lion fans, it's insane. I'm here to try to help fix that. I want us to think objectively, not subjectively. Subjectively got too many emotions involved. What about Carr? I'm just saying, all these other people that ain't being pushed. Who pushed Rivers or Big Ben? Nobody. And them guys had some crappy years. Nobody coming in and taking their shit. It's not happening. Jamal is for a different purpose. Jamal blocks good and it's a good receiver. He ain't here to mess with my man Swift. That's not. He's here to compliment, to assist. Downberg, people like to forget everybody is talented in the NFL. They fail because because of fit of work ethic. Yep. RMAX says we good at quarterback. 100%. I don't know why you want another one. You talking about Tom Brady, bro. I name other people. You still talking about Tom Brady. I name other people. I named a whole bunch of people who are not Hall of Famers that had nobody behind them. Who in the hell pushing Khalil Mack? You gonna tell me he a Hall of Famer? Who pushing him? The coach supposed to push every player, right? But that ain't what we talking about. We ain't talking about what the coach doing. The message that I got was we need a quarterback behind to push people. No, there was never a quarterback behind Stafford to push him. It's a reason why they drafted Jordan Love, right? To sit his ass behind the guy that he been sitting behind. Exactly. He ain't there. He ain't no threat. He ain't no threat. Sean Parker said, I was pushing Barry. Right, who pushing Okuda? I'm just saying, 31 days to the draft, folks. All right, good people. I'm going to make sure I go through and hit on everything. Luke G, I read a 4.22 in Penn State and pushed for Barry Sanders' role. I see it coming already. Everything at Penn State is awesome. The Lions need right tackle, wide receiver, 2 cornerbacks, linebacker, D tackle, safety. 2 cornerbacks. They got Amani Oruwariye. They got Okuda, who everybody said was shut down. I say he won't work for top 10 pick. They brought back Ford, who we'll see what happened with him. So maybe, I don't know if we need 2 corners, or unless you're trying to say we need 2 wide receivers. I don't know. But 2 corners? I don't know. We probably could, to be honest with you. Linebacker, yes. D tackle, yes. Safety, yes. Okay. You know, arguments out of me. Oh, JGB, you out cold. People push Ben. He just got to quit it. Bro. Jesus. Wow. Scott says, what do you think the Lions' strengths and weakness are? I think the strength is their offensive line, their tight end room. And I think the weakness right now still holds to be the same freaking problem that it's always been, which is the linebacker room, the safety position. The safety to me is worse because I can't tell you who our safeties are past Tracy Walker. And that's terrifying. So, just saying, I need y'all to stop acting like Goff is going to be a difference player. He's not better than Stafford, therefore he will take a minor step back in the passing game. Okay, that's cool. As long as they run the ball more. He can take a step back. We almost won games with David Blau. If our defense could have stopped the damn nosebleed. That's all we had to do. I want that linebacker from LSU, Jabril Cox. Okay. Picking Jordan Love might of the best move the Packers GM ever did. He's motivated Aaron Rodgers to show why no one is taking his job, 48 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, okay, I hate to do this. Every now and then I say some stuff and people think I'm just trying to be funny, but I'm dead ass. Aaron Rodgers never really had down years. Aaron Rodgers had rebellion years. He did not like Mike McCartney. And so he would change the plays often. He talked about this on the Pat McAfee show where he would change the play in a heartbeat and could care less what the hell the head coach said. What are you going to do? Bench him? Them his words, not mine. He didn't like McCartney. That's why he led the league in throwaways. That's why he was changing plays and stuff, because he didn't like that head coach. Soon as they got another head coach, there was all these stories about how they didn't get along, and he did his own play calling for the first week, and after that, it got different. It wasn't nothing to do with Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers just didn't like his head coach, and he decided to get rid of him by showing that I can play smart and make plays that are intelligent to show that your play calling is trash. That's what that was. So he said, so if you think the streets, I don't know, why would you take Slater if you think O-line's a strength? Because we got 3 of the spots filled up already, and we're going to run the ball way more than we have in a long time. So he talked about moving over Big V earlier today, and if you move into a tackle and you move Big V to your guard, your starting offensive line is Dacker, Jackson, Ragnow, Big V, and Slater. And now you can run the ball, pass the ball, and do everything else. For the first time, the Lions will have a complete offensive line. And that's what you should be trying to go for. In order, Lions need safety, linebacker, cornerback, right guard, wide receiver. I like that. Let me see. Make sure I ain't miss nothing. All right, good people. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm finna get y'all with this positive note. If you have not hit that like or subscribe button, please do so. Let me go ahead and get y'all some of this positive words, man. So there's this song that Prince wrote for Tevin Campbell called Round and Round. And so in the song, he says, nothing comes from dreamers but dreams. Right? And it's so profound for me because to me, I find that too often we are constantly dreaming about stuff. Oh man, if I would have got into the NFL. Oh man, if I would have got into the NBA. Oh man, if I would have got that girl. Oh man, if I would have got that job. Stop dreaming about it. The reality is yours. Create the reality yourself. You want that chick? Go out there and get that chick. If she say no, find somebody who look better than her and then walk past that chick. It's good. The problem with dreaming is don't get stuck in the dream. At some point, you got to wake the hell up and do what you do when you not sleep. Move. Move forward, move left, move right, make moves. This is the best part. This is the best parts about living. You get to dream, wake up, and make those dreams reality. Limitations are things that have been placed around us for our own personal safety. Your body does this all the time. You get by fire, you get your blood pressure go up. Oh, that shit hot. You know what that is. Sometimes you got to push through that. You got to take those dreams and not just sleep on them, but make them your reality. If you can find a way to just get past the fear, then what you dream about don't have to be a dream. It can be a dream come true. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. One funky Lion fan said that I apparently left out that he also talked about Nelson and Crosby. He did. There's nothing to talk about in that. If he believed in what they were doing, then he wouldn't be looking to do the moves that he's doing on the offensive line in terms of the shift. But I do get what you're saying, one funky Lion fan. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, please don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out.